Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when the sun is out and you just have to get outside? Well, today we're talking about the ultimate summer meal. We're going to fire up the grill and dive into a tradition that's all about good food, great friends, and just enjoying a perfect sunny day.
So what's the secret sauce? What's the recipe for that perfect outdoor party? I think we can all agree it's more than just the food, right? It's about creating a whole vibe, a special atmosphere where everyone can just kick back and have a good time.
And that whole experience, that whole vibe, it can pretty much be summed up in one single, delicious word: barbecue. But wait a minute, what does that word really mean? Let's break it down.
Okay, so here's what's so cool about it. The word barbecue actually means two things at the same time. On one hand, it's the party itself, right? The social event you have with your friends and family. But on the other hand, it's also the method of cooking, that whole process of using a fire or a grill. So yeah, it's a party and a cooking style, all wrapped up in one.
All right, let's get to the main event, the part everyone's been waiting for, the food. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Those amazing, smoky flavors you can only get from cooking outside. So, let's plan the perfect menu for our party. You want to know the secret to a really, really good barbecue? Well, it actually starts way before you even light the grill. Hours before, actually. It all comes down to one super important step: marinating. So what does it mean to marinate something? It's pretty simple, actually. You just soak your meat in this awesome mix of spices, sauces, herbs, maybe a little vinegar or lemon juice, and this does two amazing things. First, obviously, it packs in a ton of flavor, but second, it makes the meat like steak or chicken super juicy and tender when you cook it. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so let's put our menu together. We've definitely got our marinated steaks and chicken, but come on, you can't have a barbecue without the classics, right? So we need hamburgers and hot dogs. And for a little something extra, let's throw in some kebabs. Now that sounds like a perfect barbecue menu.
Now let's talk buns, because for hamburgers and hot dogs, the bread you use is super important. You've got your hamburger bun, which is round, obviously, perfect for a round patty. And then you have the hot dog bun, which is long and kind of folded over, making the perfect little home for a hot dog. It's simple, but they're designed for two totally different shapes.
And hey, when you're planning a big party, you're going to need a lot of food. You might hear someone say, "Oh, I'm grabbing a couple dozen hot dogs." Well, a dozen is 12, so a couple dozen means they're getting around 24. That's a lot of hot dogs. That's a serious party right there.
Okay, let's move on to another fan favorite. They're colorful, they're packed with flavor, and they are just perfect for the grill. I'm talking about kebabs.
Kebabs are just awesome, aren't they? You take chunks of meat, maybe some veggies like peppers and onions, and you thread them all onto this little stick, which is called a skewer. Then you just pop the whole thing right on the grill. Everything cooks together, it's super easy, and so good.
All right, our menu is set. It sounds amazing, but how are we going to cook all this stuff? Let's get into the tools you're going to need. You know, the whole process is actually super simple. It really comes down to 3 steps. Step 1, add flavor. That's our marinade. Step 2, prepare the heat, which means get the grill ready. And step 3, cook the food. That's it. Flavor, heat, cook. Easy.
And right in the middle of that whole process, the absolute heart of the operation, is the single most important tool you'll need for any barbecue. And that is, of course, the grill. Think of the grill as your outdoor stove. It's designed to create this really intense direct heat, whether it's from charcoal or gas or even electricity. And that is what gives you that signature smoky flavor and those beautiful grill marks on your steaks and chicken. You just can't get that anywhere else. So we've got the food figured out, we know how to cook it, but we're not done yet. A really great barbecue is also about the atmosphere, right? It's about making a comfortable, fun place for everybody. So let's talk about how to set the perfect scene.
To make sure your guests are happy and comfortable, you're going to need a few essentials. Okay, so you need places for people to sit, you definitely need some shade, you need something to keep the drinks cold, and then of course the basics, cups and napkins. By the way, some people also call napkins serviettes.
So, lawn furniture, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Furniture for your lawn, for outside. The key difference is what it's made of. It's not like your couch inside, it's made from tough stuff like plastic or metal that can handle being out in the sun or even getting a little rained on without falling apart.
And when we say tent, I'm not talking about the kind you go camping in. No, for a party, a tent is usually one of those big canopy things with open sides. Its whole job is just to provide some shade, to give everyone a break from the hot sun so they can stay cool.
Okay, on a hot summer day, there is one thing that is an absolute must-have. It's non-negotiable, and that is something to keep the drinks cold. You need a cooler.
A cooler is basically just an insulated box. It's super simple. You fill it with ice, put your drinks in, and it'll keep everything ice cold for hours. And the best part is, you don't have to plug it in. So you can take it absolutely anywhere. Your backyard, the park, the beach, you name it.
So, we've talked about the food, we've talked about setting up the party, but you know, a barbecue is so much more than just a meal. It's actually a huge part of our culture, a way for communities to come together.
And this really says it all. Food is about connecting with people. A barbecue, it's not just about eating. It's a tradition. It's how so many of us celebrate holidays, how we get together with our friends and family. It's about sharing food, sharing stories, and just strengthening those bonds that we have with each other. So as we finish up here, I want to leave you with a question to think about. We've seen how food connects us to memories, to family, to our culture. So I'm curious, what's that one food that for you just tastes like home?